Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. I am Second FM, and today we are looking at João Pedro. I thought I had done him before, but I can't find him in the list. So, 20-year-old Brazilian, we've heard of his name before. I know I've heard it several times. He is contracted to Watford, 30 million right now, wanted by Leicester and Borussia Dortmund, interestingly enough. Only 25k per week is an important player. Definitely, I highly doubt he's going to be here after either the end of the season or somewhere in the next 10 years. He is definitely going to be changing hands. His potential is through the roof. His numbers, his starting numbers are pretty good. Dribbling a 14, first touch of 15 is fantastic. He's got some other 15s, balance, okay. Strength of 14 is fantastic. Flair of 15. But some of these other numbers I definitely would like to see kind of picked up a bit. Finishing of 12. It's a good starting point. Definitely would like to see that go up a bit. Passing, crossing of 11 if he's going to be sitting on these sides. So there, again, definitely things I want to see him grow in. But overall, great starting numbers for a 20-year-old and career milestones just as a baseline. Made his senior club debut, relegation from the Premier League with Watford, finished second in the Sky Bet Championship and promoted. I was about to ask, why is that showing? But relegated from the Premier League yet again in 22. So again, I highly doubt he's going to be here for too much longer. But with that said, let's just get to it, skip the next 10 years and see how he ends up. Well, I definitely called it. At the end of the 2033 season, he has bounced around a little bit. He is now sitting in Newcastle squad. So you can definitely tell right down here, he's gone through Germany. He's now in the Premier League. He is looking fantastic across all these fronts. And he's 31 years old. He's only got one cap though. Interesting. 12 million to 36 million, 140k per week, only as a fringe player. So I guess his potential, which is a -9, so that means he's anywhere at the start of the save from 150 to 180. But he's got some great numbers. 16 first touch. He does have 12s and 13s in some of these technical numbers. 15 technique is still there. 16 composure. He's pretty speedy with 14s. Not the most speedy, but he's better than some. But overall, I definitely some of these numbers have grown. I kind of would have liked to have seen a little bit more. But you say -9 potential, that's great. But if he's starting at a really low point, you're not going to get a massive amount of growth in every single category. So sometimes you just have to keep that in mind as well. But Europa Conference, 10 plus 2 appearances, 6 goals, 7-3-8, not bad. Premier League 9, only 13 off the bench. 4 goals, 6-9-4. So he's done some growing, but he's just not where you would hope him to be. But again, definitely one to scout, take a look at, see how he is in your save. Some of these numbers definitely could be different, or probably will be. But overall, he still looks pretty nice. And you can get him pretty cheap. 31 years old. There you go. Career stats, as you can see, 24-25 was the last season he was in Watford. 24-25, moved 35 million to Germany for FC Cologne, 705s. He's been a fantastic servant to Germany all throughout. Moved to Bayern, 48.5 million, and then off to Newcastle for 45 million, where, yeah, one season Premier League didn't do all that well. He did okay the next season. We'll see what happens when he retires. He did start at Fluminense. I apologize for not mentioning that. And 3 million move in 2019-2020. But we will see what happens in the following seasons, where he ends up. But so far, probably not upwards of the 180 mark, but I could definitely see somewhere in the 150 thereabouts. Milestone, of course, you got Pan American game winners, but with Watford, you got promoted and relegated. Bought by Cologne. You got Bundesliga 2 champions, so he was promoted. So, you could possibly easily get him for, your lower league squad and kind of build from there. But first international cap against the US at age 25 and not much else. DP Pokal winners with Bayern, Bundesliga champions throughout and throughout. So you've got Super Cup winners, bought by Newcastle, and then nothing. So it really was all in Germany. Injury-wise, absolutely nothing. 2021, he had 2 majors and then a minor and 3 slights. That's really nice to see. Tactically, he seems to be all over the board. 15 appearances as a striker, 4 for the attacking left, 3 on the attacking right, centrally 3, and then midfield left 1. Doing very well as a striker, though, 7-2-2. So we'll see how that sticks in his later career. But 15 for club, 9 goals, 7-2-2, not too bad. But overall, while he has not turned out amazingly in this save, I definitely want to see where he retires and see how he turns out. Well, he's a little more difficult to find now. In 2038 is where he ends his career. 36 years old. That one cap is the only one there. Contracted to U.S. Concernao? I don't know. Impact sub, 1.2K per week. Where is Concernao? France. There you go. But he still has some good numbers. His physicals are awful, though. But 70 composure, first touch of 16, finishing of 14. So I can see if you've got kind of the Zlatan version where he just kind of sits up front and he gets, waits to get the pass to him. He could be pretty nice. But 31 plus 1 for the Championnat National. 3 goals, 6 assists, 697. Not too bad. Coupe de France, 4 plus 1, 4 assists, 744. So as you can see, he did move on from Newcastle for $5 million to Blackburn in the EFL Championship, brought Blackburn up to the Premier League, and then moved off to US Concernao for free, 720 and then 697. So not too bad. Definitely one if he's on that lower side. Look, especially with Watford, maybe he is looking for that kind of second league move and trying to bring them up, and then you work from there, like I said. But overall, he seems to be pretty nice. I'm going to guess it was somewhere in the 150 range for his actual number, for his potential attribute. Tactically, you can see in his later stages, mostly on the left, 26 for club, 686. On the right, there was 764. And then as a striker, only 4 appearances there, 708. So that's interesting to see. That is the life and times of João Pedro. It looks pretty nice. Definitely want to scout, take a look, and see where you can get him for. But I am Stefan FM for the Football Manager blog channel saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.